Hey, so I have been I felt like I needed to share this video with you. Okay. Hey, so I have been inspired to share some personal things with you. So this journey, Jessica Fat to Fit, actually came to me on December 27th. I was in the dentist. I was on the gas. I was getting my dental work done, and while I was on the gas, I remember trying not to panic because I've had some scary stuff done at dental offices. So I was trying not to panic, and I remember thinking, this is just suck in the gas, suck in the gas. So while I was on the gas, um, I I was told a message from God. Is that funny that I was on the gas and God spoke to me? So he told me this. This life is a game. What are you going to do in your game? What are you going to do? Are you going to play it this way? Are you going to play it this way? Or are you going to play it this way? You could have chosen to not have any kids and you could have had a career this way. You could have had one kid and gone this way. You could have had all three of your kids and gone this way, and you could have played it safe. Or you could have gone this way and you could have put yourself out there, been vulnerable, and do and achieve the most things. And I remember being like, oh, this is so weird. This is just like a game. And I need to play the game. Like, when I die, am I going to go up to God and be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do what I wanted to do? Or am I going to be like, I did it. I did everything you wanted me to do. I did everything I wanted to do, and I played the game perfect. So that was the first day on the gas. The second day on the gas, I was shown myself in the future, and it was like in the summer. I remember it was around the summertime, and I was skinny and I was fit and I was so happy. I had worked through emotional problems, and I had finally had the body that I wanted. And I remember just like in this time, and it was like God was talking to me, and he showed me a vision of myself in the future, and he said, this could be you. Choose it. This could be you. And I remember in that I was skinny and I was so happy, and I remember somebody was taking a picture of me and my girls, and we were just like having like a memory, and it was just such an amazing time. And I woke up from the gas and I was like, oh my gosh, I saw myself in the future. This can happen for me. This can really happen. I don't have to dream. I don't have to think it's out of my expectations. If God can show it to me, I know it can happen. So then the next day, the third day in a row, I took a nap, and I had started working out and I had a cold. So I took a nap, and in my nap, I was specifically told words. In my nap, I remember I had all this energy come to me, and I remember God telling me to do exact things. You need to put yourself out on Instagram. You need to put yourself out on Facebook. And you also need to put the emotion through the weight loss. You need to work through your emotion, but you need to do it on social media. And it was very distinct. This is what you need to do. There's so many people that want to lose weight, but they just think, oh, I'm just not going to eat. Well, what's the reason why you're eating? What happened to you? What was so traumatic? Did you have an event happen to you that makes you want, like, you obviously go to a food for comfort. So fix the problem instead of trying to starve yourself. So I was distinctly told, Jessie, you need to put yourself out on social media, and you need to work through your problems. You need to share this with the world. You need to tell everybody what you've gone through, and it's okay. This is what you need to do. And I woke up from my dream and I was like, oh my gosh, I was told something 3 days in a row. Now, do you know what that means? If you've gotten a message 3 days in a row, that means that God is talking to you and that you have to listen to him. So I can either play it safe or I can listen to God. So I decided that God has called me to this, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to start sharing my feelings, the emotion. I have so many stories that I feel like he wants me to tell. But I was driving in the car and I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I need to tell a story after I explain the stuff, like what I'm supposed to do. And it came to me, you need to tell Taylee's adoption story. So this video is going to be kind of long, but if you guys just want to stay on, you're going to hear some amazing things. So I had Taylee, and, you know, if you watched my previous videos, you'll find out some more stuff about that situation. So fast forward to when she's 7 years old in February. I was buying a baptism dress for her 10 months early or 9 months early because I wanted her to have a baptism dress that looked identical to my wedding dress. And that's what she wanted too. So I was just looking around and I found the perfect dress, and I found the lady who did the sleeves on my dress. She said that she would do them on Taylee's dress exactly the same way. So I was so excited, and I remember getting the dress in the mail, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I want her to have our last name. Like, it just feels like it's time. It's time for God. It's time to put my trust in God. And I had never felt, up to now, to go to the court system and to try to get my husband to adopt Taylee. I never once felt like it was the right time. And I'm pretty in tune with the spirit, or, with your higher power. I don't care what you call it. Everybody can call it. But I'm pretty in tune with being able to know what's right for me. So I told Ty, I said, Ty, I just feel like this is the right time. We need to call up a lawyer and we need to go through with the adoption process. And he was like, are you sure? Like, we don't want to go like have like a custody battle and like have him come back in her life and have it be like scary for her or anything. Because after the situation with the trauma, he hasn't seen her. And so I never wanted him to be in her life again, so I never went through with the courts. So at this time, February last year, I just felt like all of a sudden, okay, God wants it. This is happening. Like, this is going to happen. I can put my trust in God. I remember starting to pray, and I've learned lots of stuff. So the one thing I learned was to write down all like my prayer in a journal. So I wrote down my prayer. Heavenly Father, my wish is that Taylee can get adopted. It will be an easy adoption. It will be financially easy. It will be fast, and it will be a really great situation for our family. And I wrote that, and then I prayed, and I prayed for a whole day straight. Literally, I didn't do anything else except pray the whole entire day. And just talk about it. I would call up my family and be like, this is what's happening. And my family was like, you're crazy. I can't believe you're going to go through with that. And I was like, no, this is happening. It's going to be super simple, super easy. So I got a hold of my attorney. He called, her bio, and he left a voicemail because he didn't answer the phone. So he left a voicemail. He called him back. Her bio called him back within 30 minutes of the message, and he said, when can I send my rights over? And when my lawyer told me this, I remember like being so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, Tyler can finally adopt her. He has been her dad since the day he met her. He has loved her so much. He's such a great dad to her. And I remember like being so excited, like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, my life, like, all my dreams are coming true right now. This is my biggest accomplishment. It's finally happening. Something that's held me back for so long is finally gonna happen. So we were able, so he signed his rights over, but rewind back a little bit to when I started writing it down on the piece of paper, and I was praying, and Taylee knew like that I was up to something just by like, I was just like, I'm just praying so hard that our life is better. And she's like, oh yeah, our life is better. Like, yeah, you know, and I remember writing it down in the journal, and I remember asking God, please send angels to help this happen. Please send thousands of angels. I need thousands of angels to help this happen. I need angels everywhere to help him be able to decide that this was okay, to help us be able to feel comfortable, to help the adoption process to be able to go by smooth and fast. And one time, and Taylee was sitting on the table, and I had a notebook, and the paper was connected to the notebook, and there was paper going like this, and it was kind of floating up, and Taylee's like, Mom, there is hundreds of angels in here, and they're lifting up that piece of paper, and they're gonna do what's on that paper, and they're gonna do it, Mom. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, there's angels right here. And I was like so shocked. I looked at the paper, and it was, I should go get the video and put it on this, it was like lifted up, and there was, we both felt like there was hundreds of angels, and no matter what, God was gonna follow through with this, because it was the right thing for our family. So the adoption went by, and it was just like so amazing. Like, it was like the fastest adoption. The judge like loved it. She was like, this is my most favorite adoption. I love when I get to do stuff like this, when clearly like the right person is getting the guardianship of the child. Tell us, it's your adoption day. Yay! Haley got to sign her adoption papers, and she got to like do the thing with the judge, like push it down. She got to sit up in the judge chair. We got to take pictures, and it was seriously like the best thing ever. And it all came from having faith in God, just having a knowing that God was going to do it. So with this process, coming back to the Jessica Fat to Fit, God has told me to put all of my experiences out there and share them with the world. So I have promised God in return that I will use his name, because I know everything is because of him. Because of God, my husband was able to adopt Taylee, and it was just the most amazing day ever. And anyways, I'm just excited to share my experiences. I'm excited that I've been called to do this, and I just know that this is something that I'm supposed to do. If you like this video, or you found this inspiring, please share it with your friends. This could help somebody. Please like it, please comment on it, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Jessica Fat to Fit. And I'm just so grateful, just knowing that God is just in our life, in every single piece of our life, that he will show up for us. So thanks for watching. See ya.